Yo, what's up, guys? It's been a minute since I posted a video on my channel. I've just been super busy, and free time I have had, I have been doing a Start the Podcast new episode with BDG Reviews, Tumbling Podcast of Flesh. We did a episode on Creep and Creep 2, and so yeah, I was busy doing that and doing research and prep for that show. And like I said, I've been doing videos for body bags and stuff, so I gotta start doing more videos for my channel and stuff. So this one, me and BDG Reviews actually did an episode on this and the original one on a podcast episode a few ago. But for people that are subscribed to me or people that stumble across this and haven't checked out the podcast or whatever, I thought I'd throw my quick review of this movie on my channel. And if you want the more in-depth longer review, obviously go check out the podcast. That's Tumbling Podcast of Flesh. So first thing that'll pop up when you type it in. So but I love this movie. It was one of my favorites of last year. It wasn't my favorite, but it was one of them. The original It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a classic. Since I was a little kid, like I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, I've loved that movie. Everything about it. It was one of the first movies to really freak me out. Like out of all the movies, like when I first started watching movies back in the day, it was the movies that really freaked me out were The Shining, The Exorcist, and It. Those are the three that really got me back in the day. But so I had really high expectations when this came out, and I gotta say, when I heard Cary Fukunaga was gonna direct it, he was the original director that they had on set, I was actually really on board with him, because he had directed all the episodes of True Detective Season 1, and I really liked the vibe and the feel that those episodes had. It had like a white trashy, kind of just down and dirty vibe to it, kind of. Like, almost like a Rob Zombie feel without all the nonsense and all the, unnecessary stuff that comes in Rob Zombie movies. But then I heard Andy Muschietti had been signed on to direct this, and I only knew Mama from him, and it was an okay movie, but that kind of, I'll get into more like with that whole thing, because this has some the elements of Mama are the same elements I didn't like in this movie, but I'll get into that in a minute. But regardless, I was really hyped because obviously it was one of my favorite movies, and I had never heard of the dude that played Pennywise. I never watched Hemlock Grove or anything else he was in. But and then I saw the first images of Pennywise, and I gotta say I wasn't that impressed either. It didn't really do it for me, seeing him like out of context, out of the movie and stuff. But that's what I'll start the review with. The very opening scene when you first meet Pennywise, I really dug the whole vibe of it, just the whole scene, the way it was structured out, what he was saying. The voice threw me off, but still I learned to actually really dig it, and his interpretation of it. And the suit looks creepier to me in the movie than it does the pictures of him just standing there with a blank background. Like, I'll just say, for example, real quick, there's a scene where the black kid, Mike Hamlin, is that his name, Mike Hamlin? Well, anyways, he's getting like beat up, and he's getting his face shoved in the meat that he's delivering and all that. And you see Pennywise like standing in the colorful shrubbery. Well, it's not called just green, but it's a weird thing. Like, you have Pennywise and he has blood on him, and he's waving with Georgie's arm from the beginning. And it's just like really subtle, kind of, because Mike Hanlon just kind of looks up while he's getting punched, and you just kind of see him, and it's just eerie how he's standing in the bushes. And to me, that was one of the creepiest scenes in the whole thing. So I really give props to Bill Skarsgård's performance as Pennywise. I really did dig it. I dug the look, everything about it. I didn't like the look of the boots, but that's just a minor thing. The boots look too modern, like wrestling or something. I don't know. But just the imagery too with the whole thing, with the pyramid of or triangle of balloons and stuff, and just all that was really cool. And I do give props to his, like, because in the original It, he turns into like a bulldog, or not bulldog, but some kind of dog, and he turns into the Wolfman and all that stuff. In this one, his other forms are creepier looking. Like he turns into the leper, which is cool. The headless kid, which was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of what else he turns into that, I don't. That's all that comes to mind at the top of my head. I did just see this twice last night, but it was a long movie. But those are the two that immediately spring to mind. I'm sure there's a few more. Yeah, even Mike Hamlin sees him as the clown hanging in the meat locker and stuff. I don't want to dwell too long on it, but I like his different forms better in this remake of it. And the kids I dug. They kind of did to the wayside with Mike Hamlin and Ben. I thought, I had fun with Wolfhard from Stranger Things, which was cool. I like Stuttering Bill from the original a lot better. I don't remember his name right off the bat, but the kid who played in like Stepfather 2 and all that. And he actually ended up hanging himself, unfortunately, a few years ago. But I like his character a lot better. I like Eddie in the original a lot better just because he looked more the part. I liked Beverly better in the original just because I like Elizabeth Perkins. Was that her name in the original? I think so. From Ginger Snaps, I liked her a lot better. So most of the kids I like better in the original, actually. The other form that I forgot that he takes is the painting of the chick, which I thought was pretty cool looking. But that leads me to my number one complaint. It's actually the only complaint I have with this, and that's the shoddy CGI work. Like, when he turns into the painting of the woman, you could tell it's CGI, and it looks like the same CGI stuff they'd had in Mama, same effects team probably. And, then the CGI in the drain in the beginning, it looked really wonky, and it just took me out of it for a split second during that scene. And the CGI towards the end, like when he has these like crab arms and stuff, just kind of shoddy looking. But other than that, and there's a scene too that people rave about, like the projector scene where all of a sudden he's huge and he's walking around the thing. That was like a lame, not a lame scene to me, but it kind of took me out just because I don't know, it just seemed, I don't know, it was too kind of goofy. I don't know, but I give this movie, I give the original It a 10 out of 10 personally. I know there's a lot of flaws with the original one, but to me, just personal level, enjoyment factor, rewatchability, everything, just it seemed like it was tailored for me. 10 out of 10. Now this I would give an 8.5 out of 10, just because the original is a step above, but this to me is about as fine as the movies are gonna get, pretty much. Although as far as movies this year that have come out that I thought were better than this, like The Black Coat's Daughter, I would put above this. But I still, don't get me wrong, I love this movie. But off the top of my head, The Black Coat's Daughter, what's come to mind, because that was probably my number one of 2017. But definitely check this out. I'm sure every horror fan around the world has seen this already. It's already been the highest grossing horror movie of all time. I pre-ordered this at FYE because I got a free poster and like a balloon that says It. But definitely this thing's going to sell like hotcakes, so I'm not even going to say support it or nothing like that because I'm sure it's already, it's already blown doors off the walls and stuff. So anyways, guys, I didn't want to keep this too long. Like I said, if you want to hear more about this film, me and BDG Reviews goes real in depth with this one and the original on the podcast. But anyways, guys, see you next time with another video.